Sugar-coated doll is not so pure. My bad, don't give up. You're stepping on me and that got my mama touch you better than that. You're mad, I guess you're mad. Wore my best pajama for this drama. Why you talking like that, like that, like that?
Plant-based, vegan, plant-based, vegan, plant-based, the vegan, plant-based, vegans do plant-based, vegan, plant-based, vegan, plant-based, or vegan, plant-based, vegan, like plant-based, Chick-fil-A, plant-based Arby's.
Want to take a guess at what I'm trying next?
Hey girls, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Before we start today, I just want to give a little update on the water fast. I'm now 4 days out. I've done the refeed. I'm back to eating normal food and the scale has jumped up 2 pounds. So I'm actually bouncing anywhere now between 222 and 221. I'm still pretty impressed with the results, I have to say, because I did think there was going to be more of a regain. All right, so it's a new week and I'm ready for a new challenge. So for the next Foodie Beauty Diet Challenge, I'm gonna try going plant-based vegan for 1 month. Now this wasn't just some crazy diet fad phase for Chantal. Throughout the years of watching Chantal, I have seen her attempt multiple times to actually follow a completely vegan plant-based lifestyle, not just a temporary diet, but actually a long-term permanent lifestyle change. And I actually really respect that. I guess I'm not that dedicated to the cause. I'm a pretty big meat eater. I grew up eating meat. I'm European. That's what we do. But I do eat a lot of legumes, a lot of vegetables. These are just things normally in my life on a daily basis anyway, just kind of normally with either a side of meat or a side of fish. And I mean, I also love cheese. Well, I mean, like I love cheese, but I don't love cheese enough to like eat 2 pounds of it and end up in the psych ward or anything. So I think I'll be fine. So I'm going to try for a month for experimentation purposes and see what kind of results I get. All right, wait. I'm just coming off of a 1 week water fast. I got to go get some like fresh fruits, vegetables, stuff like that. I'm going to the grocery store. We back.
All right, done. Now back to the house I go to cook up some of this stuff. That's a lot of stuff.
All right, so I'm back and I'm ready to cook. My plan is just to kind of cook some simple little things, prepare some simple little things in advance that I can keep in the fridge all week. And like that, when I get hungry, whenever the mood strikes me, whatever, I can just go to the fridge, pull out some of that stuff, maybe have like a bunch of different salads and just, you know, like a spoon of each one on a plate, things like that. Things to make this easier. Things to make sure that I don't cave and go and like, I don't know, make some shrimp or something. I want to succeed for this month like I just did the water fast. And I figure if I could do a water fast for a week, this should be a breeze. So the only big difference I'm going to say between Chantal's plant-based vegan diet and the one that I kind of plan on following this month is pretty simple. She eats a lot of like takeout food or processed frozen food. And I just don't eat a lot of either of that kind of stuff. I tend to kind of make almost everything from scratch at home, homemade. So that is what I plan on continuing to do all month. Although I will follow her plant-based vegan diet, I'm not just going to eat Gardein for 1 solid month. Although I did just get this at the grocery store. I've never tried anything Gardein before, but I figured, is it really a Foodie Beauty or Amberlynn Reid diet if you don't buy Gardein? I don't think so. I've never followed any kind of like vegan, vegetarian, anything like that kind of diet. I'm actually really curious to see how it goes. I love beans. I love vegetables. I love fruit. I don't think this will be a problem. The only problem I can foresee is how it's going to be messing with my coffee because I just had to buy cashew milk for the first time. And I took a sip of it when I got home and it's disgusting. So I'm drinking a cup of coffee black. That'll take some getting used to, but I'm willing to do it for a month. So my Foodie Beauty inspired plant-based vegan diet starts today, January 19th. For 1 month, I will eat absolutely nothing that is not plant-based or vegan. Wish me luck! All right, I'm gonna get myself into the kitchen now. I'm not gonna show you all the little things I'm making. It's really just kind of bean salads and just simple little salad, things like that. The only thing I'm gonna show you is I do make my own bread. I know that sounds crazy in this year, but I make homemade bread all the time, and it's like no need, very simple, crunchy little rolls. Everybody who tries it is pretty impressed with the fact that this is the easiest homemade bread ever. It's a lot of waiting time, but there's actually kind of nothing to it. So I'm going to just show you simply how I make that and how I make my delicious black bean burgers. I've been eating these for years. I just kind of tweaked my recipe a little bit for this experiment because normally there's some egg in it. So I took out the egg and I found a more interesting binder, and it's absolutely delicious. So I'm just going to kind of take you through those two things.
Okay, so just using any bowl that you can cover, I start by adding in 1.5 cups of flour. I use bread flour, I find it better. Then I'm going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. I use the Fleischmann's quick acting yeast. I keep it in the fridge, I always have it on hand. Now I'm adding in a teaspoon of sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. The sugar helps the yeast, so it's pretty important. Give that a mix. And then I'm just going to slowly add in just under a cup of water. And I mix it as I go, but the total amount was just under a cup of water. I'm just getting the consistency right. And you just give that a good mix in the bowl. You never have to stick your hands in. You never have to knead with your hands. Just mix it up with a spoon. Get all those ingredients in there together. And that's it. You pop a cover on that thing, you leave it on your counter for 3.5 hours, and that's all you have to do. There is nothing else to it. This is the easiest bread of all time. So I'm just going to cover it up and leave it and let it sit. So I come back to it after 3.5 hours. I'm just going to spread a little flour on my surface and pop it out. And then, like I said, it's basically no need. You'll see I literally touched the ball for 2 seconds. I'm just trying to work a little bit of flour into it because it was pretty sticky. It's pretty humid in my kitchen, so it got pretty sticky. So I'm just working it a little bit just to get a little bit of that stickiness out. Now I'm going to cut my dough ball into 6 pieces because I'm going to make 6 buns out of this. So just 6 equal pieces. Okay. This is the only work involved in these buns. I literally just kind of pull the ends in towards the middle. You can see me kind of do it here. I roll it around into the flour a tiny bit, and that's all there is to it. So here I go again, just kind of bringing the ends right up into the middle, and that's all it is to it. You can shape them into whatever shape you want. I'm going to have them with those burgers I'm making, so that's it. At this point, I pop on some sesame seeds. And I just leave them with a paper towel to cover for 35 minutes on my counter while my oven heats up. So you want to heat up your oven to 425 and cook them for 25 minutes. And when they come out, this is what you got. They're absolutely delicious. You can freeze them. They're so versatile. Just take a little bit of prep. I roasted a sweet potato in the oven for 45 minutes and mashed it up. And I cooked off 1 full onion with some grated carrot and some garlic. So now I let it cool off, and I'm just going to add it to 2 cups of smashed black beans. I'm adding in just under a cup of corn and a whole shit ton of parsley. You can add less parsley if you want to try this, but I'm not afraid of overdoing it with the parsley. Next, I'm going to add in about, I'd say, a tablespoon and 1/2 of cumin, and just some salt, some pepper to taste, however much you like, and a tablespoon of breadcrumbs. Now, I add liquid smoke. That's optional, obviously, but I find it delicious in these burgers. So I just, shake in a few drops. And I always add in a bunch of hot sauce. I was out of Cholula. I prefer Cholula, but use whatever you have. So I put, it might look like quite a bit, but I actually found them a little bland, and I would have put a little more even. So next, I just mix the whole thing up, get it well and mixed up. Now, I take a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper, and I spread olive oil on the parchment paper. And now I'm just going to form it all into patties. I ended up getting 8 patties out. One of them was a little smaller than the rest, but it really doesn't matter. Now I'm just going to bake those for 20 minutes at 425, and then you just flip them and cook them for another 20 minutes. And when they I made a very simple boiled zucchini salad with lemon and olive oil all over it, salt and pepper, nothing else to it. Very simple, very delicious. I also made myself this simple pasta salad. It looks delicious. There's just, a ton of stuff, onions and cucumbers, radish, olives, just kind of a fridge cleaning out, dumping onto some pasta. Absolutely delicious.
All right, guys. I guess I'm ready for my first week as a plant-based vegan now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
It's a process, and then instead of just saying, okay, one day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be completely raw vegan, I think that's a bit crazy. Like seasoning, oh yeah. Now, this is my own version. This is a vegan version. I just want to eat nuggets. I'm not going anywhere, and you're gonna just have to watch me get healthier and happier and be angry and stay mad.
Hey girls, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So my first week following Foodie Beauty's plant-based vegan diet is going really well. But before I tell you about it, let's do the weekly weigh-in. Like I had mentioned in my last video, after completing my 1-week water fast, my weight did creep up 4 pounds during the refeed. But over the course of the week, it just kind of steadily came back down, and I have settled now at 220. That brings my weight loss since January 1st to 23 pounds. I'm pretty happy with that, and more importantly, I find it super motivating. So my first week as a plant-based vegan is going really well. I think doing this straight after a 7-day water fast makes this seem so much easier than it actually is. I've kind of been sticking to salads all week. I love salads. You can, turn anything into a salad, throw some beans on it. So I've just kind of been sticking to that all week. I am kind of changing it up. I have a bunch of different varieties, trying to keep things interesting and trying to not lose motivation to continue. And let me tell you, it's been working out really well. I'm not bored at all with my meals. I've actually really been enjoying them. Well, I've enjoyed most of them. Let me tell you about my first Gardein experience. I bought the imitation chicken wings, and they were awful.
Blech.
They go to the vegan alternatives,
They were mushy, soggy, spongy, and just overly sweet. They were horrible. Note to the Gardein company, just because you slather something in barbecue sauce does not make it taste like a chicken wing. I don't know about the Gardein. I might get the nerve up to try another Gardein product some point during this month. For now, I think I'm just going to stick to vegetables and beans.
Ooh, beans.
And the tears of the aunties. Oh, also, I really want to thank you guys so much for your suggestions in the comments of my last video that I should try creamy oat milk in my coffee instead of the nut milks. Guys, I love oat milk. I love oat milk so much. It is delicious. I really am considering switching to oat milk even when this is all over for my coffee. I don't know if that's like the beans have gotten up in my brain or something, but for now, I love it. All in all, this has been a really great week. I find this diet very interesting to learn about and super easy to follow. And in terms of my weight, I'm super happy to be holding steady at 220 this week, considering that was my final weigh-in at the end of 7 days of water fasting. Usually, people's weight tends to creep back up the week following a water fast. And although, yes, mine has fluctuated, I did fluctuate 4 pounds kind of during the week. I have been steadily keeping that off, and it is now holding steady at 220 pounds. So to have no regain at the end of all these days of fluctuation is very cool in my opinion. That's all I got for today, guys. I'm off to the kitchen to try and cook tofu for the very first time in my life. This should be pretty interesting. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
If you want to help, then just be quiet. A binge, I wouldn't even be allowed to put that video on YouTube. Do you have ears? Never mind. Fuck, people do not listen. Mod, just block everybody who's stupid, okay? Any stupid people, blocked. I want it to be a positive space. I'm not starting a feud with anybody online, that's for sure. Got no time for that. I mean, I understand, like, if she came over to my channel and tried to tell me how to lose weight, I would be like, bitch, seriously? I posted a comment on Foodie Beauty's latest video, Wendy's mukbang, that she didn't approve. I haven't been in our comments in forever. Maybe you should ask me about it before you just go off. Number one, you are binging off camera, okay? You are binging and lying about it. I'm being honest, okay? What I eat on camera is not a binge. If you have a binge eating disorder, you should know that. All I said was that keto is not recommended for the eating disorder recovery, which maybe you should listen to because keto has not worked for you over and over and over again, okay? So I'm just trying to be helpful with what I'm trying. I wasn't being mean, but obviously you have a problem. I was just trying to help, but obviously there's no point. What the fuck is your problem? I just popped over to see what you were eating to get some pointers since you think restricting causes binges. What caused this binge? Were you restricting? No, that's why I didn't binge. I haven't binged in a while, Jen, unlike you. It just amazes me that someone whose channel is packed full of junk and fast food binges, again, they're not binges. I'm pretty sure you know that a binge is a lot more than a meal from Wendy's, okay? Okay, Jen, whatever. Keep your delusions. Good luck with your keto. Good luck. Jesus. She's overreacting a bit and coming over being sassy like that. Like, fuck you all the way. Fuck you, Jen. Seriously. I haven't gained any weight. Have you? Yeah, and I'm not trying to shame her. Maybe that is a bit shaming, but like I'm pissed. She's so full of shit. Me eating fast food is preventing me from binging. Wow. Wow. You have no self-worth at all. You must think so fucking shitty of yourself. Like, whatever. Okay. You're making fun of my one Wendy's meal, but you have like 6 bags of cheese and think that chaffles are gonna like help you. Okay, whatever.
I am almost 40 into success.
Hi girls, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So, it's Friday, time for the weigh-in. Okay, 217. That is pretty good. So 217 pounds means that I'm down another 3 pounds since last week and down a total of 26 pounds since January 1st. I'm pretty impressed. I think that's really good. You know, something I've been thinking about a lot lately is that, you know, the total that I need to lose, the 103 pounds, it seems so overwhelming to look at it as one massive goal like that, one gigantic amount of weight to lose. So what I've decided to do is kind of split it up into little mini goals. I think thinking of it in terms of mini goals will help kind of break up the total, and it'll just seem so much more achievable when maybe you only have 10 pounds to lose, 20 pounds to lose instead of 103 pounds to lose. So here are my little mini goals.
Number 1, to get below 200 pounds. Number 2, to get comfortably below 200 pounds, in my opinion, is 185 pounds. Number 3, to no longer be obese. That's 169 pounds. Number 4, to be below 160 pounds. I know that my face changes drastically at 160 pounds. I have lost a lot of weight before. That's a story for another day that I will definitely be telling, but not today. And I know that my face, it's crazy, the face gains that you see at 160 pounds. Number 5 is to get to 150 pounds, and then I'll only have 10 more pounds to go. And number 6, at 140 pounds, I will no longer be overweight, and I will have reached my goal.
So my first mini goal is just to get below 200. I really just want to be in the one something, even 199, I don't care. You know, before this whole lockdown started in March 2020, I was 198 pounds. And frankly, all this weight that I've lost so far, I don't even really feel it, because until I get back to that 198 and then can start losing, then I can actually start to see some results, maybe some physical changes. Up until now, this is all just like a waste in my opinion. This past week was my second week eating the plant-based vegan diet. And I gotta say, for me anyway, this has been really, really easy. I find it a super simple diet to follow, very easy. If you're not somebody who's overly tempted by meat, let's say, and you know, I thought I was gonna be as a meat lover, it's really easy. Beans are fantastic. Vegetables are great. I'm not a fast food lover anyway, so I haven't really had to make too many changes besides the meat and fish. Now, I'm realizing throughout this that, you know, I haven't craved meat at all. The one thing that I can say I have really been craving is a fish. I really, really want to eat fish. I miss fish so much. And I really think that when this month is over, so on February 19th, I'm going to wake up in the morning and cook myself a whole fish for breakfast. Oh, my mouth is watering just thinking about a fish right now. Oh, I finally managed to make some really, really good tofu also. After, let's say, 4 fails, I made it disgusting once. I burned it a couple of times. I found tofu kind of hard to make delicious, let's say. Not just palatable. I don't just want to eat it. I want to actually enjoy these meals. So what I figured out, if anybody is into like, I don't know, trying something new with tofu, I marinated the tofu in liquid smoke for 2 hours. Liquid smoke, also vegan, no problem. It changed the tofu immensely. It became like a whole other entity. I threw some spices in there too with the liquid smoke, but really, you don't need much more than the liquid smoke. I'm going to put a picture of the tofu in here. Oh, doesn't that look good? Doesn't that look different? Oh, man. It was good. I highly recommend. Try, guys. Try. Anyway, besides that picture, I don't really want to be putting in too much like food pictures into these videos. I just don't know if anyone's even interested in seeing the stuff that I've been coming up with throughout this diet. But what I did, I created an Instagram account to go with my YouTube channel. And I'm going to put the food pics over there. So if you're interested in seeing like the stuff I'm coming up with on these diets, you can just go check it. I'm going to leave it down below. So that's it for this week, guys. Another 3 pounds lost. You know, it takes a lot when you've got a lot to lose, but I'm slowly going to just keep on keeping on. And no matter what, I am not stopping. So thank you again so much for clicking on this video, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
And fatty liver. All right, I actually don't really enjoy eating a lot of candy and packaged snacks and things like that lately. So I'm just gonna be doing taste tests, probably have a bite of each, and probably give it away to somebody in a little while who, like after COVID, who I know will like it. So and I'm also gonna have some water to cleanse my palate in between these sugary, salty snacks. It does taste like sour cream and mushroom. These are other chips from the same, Bulgaria. I wanted to try, since I love ketchup chips. Gosh. Anyone from this area of the world have a napkin for the grease? Now these next chips, wrap snacks. Dabbing is a lifestyle. Sour cream with a dab of ranch. Migos, flavored potato chips. I have seen these around, and I think they're just really funny and cool. So I'm going to try wrap snacks. Sour cream with a dab of ranch. Okay. They really like don't give you chips. Of course, it's mostly air. Common complaint for everybody. Let's see here. These are hard to find around me. I don't know why. They do sell them in my town, in my city, but I have to go looking for them. So, and fatty liver. For example, cheeseburger, sunflower seeds. I need to see if they taste like cheeseburger. I love sunflower seeds. I usually get dill pickle. They don't smell like cheeseburger, but we'll see. Sam. I used to have a scratch and sniff burger sticker, and they taste like how that smells. So this is chocolate storybook, cotton candy, buttered popcorn flavor. It does taste like buttered popcorn, but because of the sweetness of the candy, it's more of like a kettle corn kind of taste. That's really sweet. That's good. It has like a coconut dusting, pink, because I haven't had Kool-Aid in years, and this is, oh, it's unsweetened Kool-Aid. Okay. I remember Kool-Aid, you had to add like a whole bag of sugar. I guess you can control the sugar amount, which is kind of good. These are candies, like I can't find these anywhere. All right, whatchamacallit, made with chocolate, peanut, flavored crisps, and caramel. The chocolate is really good. There's peanuts in it. Yeah. No, I don't like that slush puppy. This used to be my favorite candy. The red one. Sour ooze. It's just like liquid candy. Man, oh man. I remember my mom didn't want me to eat this. And fatty liver, fatty liver, fatty liver, fatty liver, fatty liver.
I am almost 40 into success.
Hey girls, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you like this kind of thing, please consider subscribing. It's Friday, it's weigh-in time. Hmm. 214 pounds means I'm down another 3 pounds since last week and down a total of 29 pounds since January 1st. I'm going to be totally honest here. I feel kind of conflicted about that number. On the one hand, like losing 29 pounds in just over a month is great. But on the other hand, just knowing that you have 74 pounds still to lose to reach your goal weight, I mean, that's a lot. It's a long way still to go. But whatever, you know what? Let's move on. I'm not going to psych myself out with that. I'm not going to let myself get all demotivated. I'm going to try and change my negative thinking. I'm going to have a new outlook and I'm going to look at it more as, hey, you lost 29 pounds in just over a month. That's something. So this week was pretty crazy for me. Between work and class, I also had 2 exams. I didn't really have time to do much, preparing for the week. I also didn't really have time to be going back and forth grocery shopping for fresh produce. We've been under an 8 o'clock curfew for about a month now here in Quebec. So I get out of work because of the curfew at 7:30 and all the grocery stores and even little stores, little corner stores, everything closes at 7:30. So just as I'm coming out of work, everything's closed. So I don't get a chance to go. So I pretty much just ate beans, rice, frozen broccoli, and frozen mangoes all week long. Actually, that's exactly what I did. I ate them all week long. Same thing every day. I mean, I'm bored, but it's okay. The week passed. It's over. What can you do? That was the first complication really that I've had at all since starting this plant-based vegan diet. It's a little more, let's say, high maintenance than I'm used to eating. You really have to be sure to stay organized, plan all your meals, and just keep that fresh produce coming. It's truly amazing how fast vegetables are just gone when that's sort of one of the only things you can eat. So I really learned this week that just like so many other things in life, the key to this diet is organization. But besides that little hiccup, it's been another really, really easy week. I'm not craving meat at all. I have stopped obsessing over fish. I'm craving nothing. I feel really good. I've lost another 3 pounds. I feel satisfied. This is really easy, guys. I don't know, maybe I'm just really adaptable to food changes or something like that. Or maybe I love food so much that you could literally give me anything to eat and I would be happy. Yeah, that sounds legit. Now next week, things are supposed to start opening up here in Montreal, and I don't know if you guys remember, but Chantal has said on numerous occasions how much she loves my city. Actually, I think she loves the food of my city. She'll drive here all the way from Ottawa just to pig out. This was her most recent trip here. This last trip was during the pandemic, while the Rona was raging out of control in this city. We all knew that we were not supposed to travel between provinces. So thanks for that, Chantal. So when this plant-based vegan diet month is over, I'm going to recreate Chantal's video, but we're going to do it better. We are going to get the absolute best poutine that this city has to offer, not some second-rate poutine from the Orange Julep. Oh yeah, and there will be none of that weird-ass, gross, skinny, strange-looking burger that I guarantee you nobody in Montreal cares about. This is a foodie city. We have so much amazing food here, and you know what? Chantal didn't show you guys any of it, and I will not stand by and let her tarnish our good food reputation. That's all I got for today, guys. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Shave my pits for this. Shave my pits. I am not a gracious anything, so graceful, gracious.
You're not that either. I'm gonna move so you can watch me.
Do people want to be famous that bad? Seriously. You're like selling your soul to the devil. I mean, horrible. What a weirdo. It looks a little bit busy here, but you know, I'm really hungry. What can I say? I wanted to try a little bit of all of these foods here. Just my first time eating for the day. And I have some green Tabasco, which I'm just going to put on the rice, the beans, the fries. Because I love this stuff. Spicy. I'm sorry, it's spicy. That's really pretty good for Tex-Mex standards. I was like, whoa. When the weather, like as soon as the weather gets nicer, we are going to be going places and doing things. Watch awful. The monosyllabic C word.
Hey girls, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you like this video, please consider subscribing. Now, let's get right into the weigh-in because it's a good one. £208 is down another 6 pounds since last week and down a total of 35 pounds since January 1st. I don't even really understand what happened this week. I did have a pretty intense week at work. It was much more physical than I usually have to do at work. I was moving boxes up and down flights of stairs pretty much all week. That's kind of the only thing I can think of to explain this.
But I'm just like really liking beans these days.
You know, I've been sticking to my usual salads and beans all week.
Beans. Those beans are where it's at.
But I did cut down on carbs this week because when I went shopping, I forgot to get rice and I've had no time to make bread all week. The loss this week is pretty impressive, and if that's all it's going to take for my body to, you know, do something like that, then I definitely think cutting carbs a little bit is worth exploring going forward. So I have 1 week left following Foodie Beauty's plant-based vegan diet, and to be totally honest with you, I'm pretty excited that it's almost over. I'm getting bored. I'm getting really bored of soaking beans all the time. I'm kind of getting bored of the same old every day. I'm not creative enough in my food preparation and my cooking, and I'm just bored, guys. So February 19th is going to be my last day following Foodie Beauty's plant-based vegan diet. And my plan after that is to just kind of take a week off of following Chantal's diets. I want to give my brain and my body just kind of a week off of all this craziness, a week where I can just eat meat, eat fish, kind of eat whatever the hell I want for a week. Because the following week, I plan on diving headfirst back into the deep end and following one of Chantal's more extreme 1 week diets. So that's all I got for today, guys. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Nothing tastes as good as healthy feels. I mean, you guys have every right to be doubtful and think that I'm not going to follow this because it is a cycle. For me, I know it's a cycle. I go from, you know, we all know the cycle. So I really want to break the cycle here, and that's why I'm doing this for accountability. One week I buy all junk food, and the next week it's all health food. Like, stick to foods that are low in fat and saturated fat. Oh my goodness, half the bread is gone. Oops.
Fries, gravy, and cheese curds.
Yum, 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 yum. Hey, kitty. Come to daddy. You think I'm gonna tell my doctor I eat this shit? No.
Hey guys, long time no see. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you like this kind of video, please consider subscribing. I haven't uploaded a video since February 14th, and I want to talk about that for a minute. So as you guys know, I normally do my weigh-ins on Friday. So on Friday, February 19th, I woke up, I jumped on the scale as usual, and for the first time since starting this whole diet journey, whatever you want to call it, since January 1st, I hadn't lost any weight. I hadn't lost any weight, and I was pissed. You know, I think I just got cocky. You know, I had lost 6 pounds the week before, and I just got too used to watching them kind of drop off every week. I got cocky. So when for the first time I hadn't lost any weight, I felt like total shit. My motivation was just gone in a heartbeat, and I really just didn't feel like even filming myself weigh in or even filming a video explaining what had happened that week. So I didn't, and I just totally wallowed in those feelings of failure. So that brings us to last week. Last week, I was just trying to put the previous week behind me. I was trying to not let it psych me out. I was trying to kind of, mentally kind of get myself back on track. Trying to just overcome all those feelings. But I got to Friday. Friday morning came. I jumped on the scale. I had only lost a pound. I felt really conflicted about that because I felt like, it's just a pound. But on the other hand, after the week before, I was like, well, a pound is better than nothing. So I'll take it. So I filmed the little segments of my video and I put it aside. I usually edit and upload it on the weekend. And then bam, I hurt my back so badly at work on Saturday morning that all I could do was take an anti-inflammatory and kind of sleep it off. I definitely couldn't sit up to do any editing and to be honest, even if I could have, at that point, I felt so low that I didn't even want to again. Hurting my back killed my motivation 10 times worse than not having lost a pound the week before. Because now I felt like not only am I stopping losing weight, but now I'm immobile and now it's kind of out of my own hands. It was one of the lowest feelings of my life. I just felt so shitty. I felt shitty. I hated myself in that moment. Long story short, I've just been feeling like absolute shit for the past 2 weeks. In my past weight loss attempts, passing at 2 weeks like I just did would have absolutely meant the end. The end. This is exactly where I would have quit. I've been in situations like this, and this is the moment for me. These are the moments where I just quit. I quit, I go and eat a bunch of crap, and that's the end of the diet, and that's the end of all the progress I've made. But not this time. This time I'm not gonna quit. I just want it too badly this time. This time I can't stop this time just because I had a shitty 2 weeks. Because I had a really good month and a half before those shitty 2 weeks. And a month and a half, I just have to stick with that in my head. That month and a half was great. I'm not going to let 2 shitty weeks stop me. Moving forward, however, I do have to implement just a few changes in my channel and in the way that I've been doing things. The first change is that I'm not going to be weighing in weekly anymore. I can't do it weekly anymore. Not until I've lost a more significant amount of weight anyway. I just find that obsessing over the number every week and the lead up to Friday and stuff, it's starting to drive me a little nuts. And again, during these last 2 weeks, having that pressure of oh my God, Friday's coming and you've done nothing. It's working my motivation. So I need to stop that. I need to be able to see the bigger picture and not just kind of obsessing week by week on these little numbers, weekly weigh and little number, weekly weigh. No, I need to look at the bigger picture. So going forward, I decided that I'm going to weigh in monthly instead of weekly on the first of each month, with one exception. If I'm doing some radical 1 week Foodie Beauty or Amberlyn Reed diet, we want to see the results. So I will be weighing in at the beginning and the end of that week. But those kind of weeks are going to be the only exception to that rule. The second change that I'm going to be making is that I've realized over the last 2 weeks that doing these videos, on only these kind of videos where it's like I weigh in, I post, I weigh in, I post. Guys, it's boring. It's boring. It's boring for me and it's boring for you. And that boredom definitely contributed to the fact that I haven't posted in 2 weeks. When you're already lacking motivation, doing something boring is really hard to kind of push yourself to do. So I want to be able to do some other kind of stuff on this channel. Some stuff that'll kind of keep it more interesting for you and for me, and to help keep my motivation up to keep going. Maybe there's some other things I'd like to do. There are definitely some topics in the hater and anti-hater community that I'd like to talk about. Oh, I also changed my banner from this to this. Because you know what? Maybe I'd like to talk a little shit here too. And when people want to talk about me, maybe sometimes I'd like to talk about them too, or give a response, or give an opinion. But absolutely nothing will change in my weight loss journey or my diet experiments. I just need to make some changes that'll help me be able to keep pushing forward. I really hope you guys kind of understand and see where I'm coming from with all this. Thank you guys so much for listening, so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. The next video will not be a weigh-in video. It's time to jump out of this little box that I have created and put myself in and try something new. Bye.
With me. You know that I ain't coming back, I'm sorry. Read my lips, you do not like that. You're drowning